As reported by Vision Times, a letter titled Proposal to Help 1.4 Billion Chinese Remove the People-Fooling Wall was recently circulating on Twitter. It proposes that Chinese people at home and abroad join the firewall demolition movement to break down China's internet firewall established by the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, in 2000. Maintaining and forcibly isolating the Chinese from the world costs $6 billion a year. As a result, the letter is attracting great public attention. The letter, Proposal to Help 1.4 Billion Chinese Remove the People-Fooling Wall. On March 11th, the Twitter account Xinxinqiu, claiming to be the firewall demolition movement's initiator, tweeted, Proposal to help 1.5 billion Chinese remove the people-fooling wall. Xinxinqiu said in the proposal, since 2000, the CCP has built an internet firewall, spending $6 billion per year to ban 310,000 websites around the world, including Google, and force 1.4 billion people to be isolated from 6.6 billion others. This heinous crime's evidence can be obtained in minutes and should be brought before the United Nations for a public trial. We should immediately upgrade from the guerrilla tactics of 3 to 5 people to a 1.4 billion people counterattack strategy. The proposal mentioned after 1989 the biggest obstacle to resisting the CCP was the internet firewall. It cuts off 1.4 billion Chinese people from 6.6 billion others, exasperates international misunderstandings and conflicts, and jeopardizes 8 billion people's interests, including you and me. The proposal expressed, regrettably, so far we have never launched a large-scale firewall demolition campaign. But from 2023 onwards, we should take advantage of the global anti-CCP wave. We, Democrats, should make the firewall demolition our top priority and launch a 1.4 billion people counterattack strategy. After research, the only reliable way to demolish the wall is through millions of people's joint signatures, international media reports, and pressure from many governments on the CCP. The wall demolition must be brought to the International Court for public trial. The proposal also said that signing proposals on China's current affairs and human rights on change.org can often be quickly covered by English-language media and cause multinational intervention. This method is the least expensive and most effective. It pointed out at a U.S. congressional hearing last week on the threat posed by the CCP, a congressman made a suggestion, saying the U.S. government should help the Chinese people demolish the firewall. The CCP often arrests people who cross the firewall, but never directly mentions its existence on diplomatic occasions. Once the situation becomes internationalized, senior Chinese officials will be treated like Putin and internationally accused of crimes against humanity. The proposal emphasized that, under the CCP rule, 5% of the people hold 95% of the social wealth. With the economy's rapid collapse, 1 billion people face serious difficulties due to unemployment, bankruptcy, and famine. The people-fooling wall is the last barrier to helping the CCP last longer. China's economy has long depended heavily on foreign countries. As long as the wall is built higher, it will be in a huge passive situation, and its meager remaining life may not have much left. The end of the proposal stated, let's build consensus as soon as possible and form a global coalition to tear down China's Berlin internet wall. The strategy is to counter the CCP's oppression, to tear down the wall and not be limited to online signatures, and to win hundreds of millions of people's sympathy and support. Let the world hear the Chinese people's loud voices. On March 14th, Xinxinqiu tweeted again, a guide to 8 billion people worldwide on demolishing China's people-fooling wall. Recommended methods for the wall demolition include collecting online signatures, writing posts calling to demolish the wall together, translating into foreign languages and forwarding proposals, hanging banners on the streets, speaking before counselors, handing out flyers at night using self-purchasing printers, and verbally informing relatives and friends of the wall demolition proposal, and also reminding Chinese people to avoid surveillance cameras when in action. According to the Vision Times, in response to the proposal, many netizens said, I will join. If this is demolished, I guess the CCP will end soon. Well done, this is truly good measure. Focus on tearing down the wall until the day it falls. Netizen named Grasp the Truth said, the CCP holds a pen in one hand and a gun in the other. If it can't deceive, it will use a gun. So the firewall is the basis of its deception. The CCP can only successfully deceive when people's information is blocked. Guns can only hit 5% of the population. They can't kill everyone. So the wall plays a critical role. If it falls, the CCP will also fall. When the firewall falls, the CCP will also collapse. On March 13th, Xinxinqiu tweeted, does the firewall demolition movement really scare the CCP? The petition signature on change.org has been deleted for the second time within 5 days. 2 signing times have received nearly 200 signatures, but somehow the posts continued to be deleted. The website's notification said it was a violation of its rules, but it did not say specifically. Was it internationally reported by the CCP's cyber police, or was there another reason? But for sure, this time it touched the party's lifeblood. Regarding the issue of the CCP connecting with the world internet but building an internet firewall, Zhang Weiguang, a Chinese affairs expert in Germany, told Daji Yuan that this was determined by the centralized nature of the CCP's dictatorship. Because the Chinese regime is based on terrorism and lies, it fears freedom of speech and freedom of information. It also fears people will know the truth about any issue. Zhang Weiguang said, because after people know the truth, more and more people will oppose them. Therefore, the CCP wants to isolate people in small circles, even using the army and police to suppress them.